Welcome to Salvage, a podcast for conversations with artists about the repurposed materials they use in their art practice.
Thank you so much for agreeing to do this, Sari. I've been intrigued with your art for a while now, and I know we chatted a little bit when we were in that exhibit together at Map Space. So I am eager to find out more because I looked on your website and there's many intriguing things. So let me read the intro first, if you don't mind. Please enjoy my conversation with Sari Nordman. Sari, is it Sari or Sari?
Sari.
Sari. Is that better? Sari. Sari was born and raised in Finland and is now a New York-based interdisciplinary artist. She creates public art projects, fiber art installations, and mixed media and video works. Many of her projects have been informed by climate change and respond to environmental social justice issues. To amplify multilingual voices from around the world, she engages people of diverse backgrounds through interviews and fiber arts processes. As an artist, Sari is interested in exploring questions around protecting nature and ourselves through experiments with fiber arts and interview processes. She's interested in how art can change people's perspectives on consumerism and environmentalism and can help lift human spirits from eco-anxiety towards advocacy. I love your artist statement.
Thank you,
So
Natalia.
many good points there. So thank you for welcoming me into your home and studio. It's delightful and very European, which I love. Okay, so the first question I like to ask is, were you an artist as a kid?
Was I an artist as a kid?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you, Natalia, for having me and for that intro. And thank you for doing this podcast.
You're welcome.
Artist as a kid, I discovered dance at a very early age. And I had opportunities to do visual arts and music growing up in Finland. So there was a big creative component as part of when I was growing up. But I never thought that I was going to be a visual artist.
Oh.
I really fell in love with dance. And that's what I pursued. And that's what brought me to this country.
Oh, really? So you went to university for dance?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I went to NYU. I got my master's.
Oh, okay. So you didn't go to university in Finland. You went to university here.
Yes.
Oh, okay. NYU, okay.
Yeah. And then I was a professional dancer. I toured in this country and
cool.
a little bit internationally. And I also, from the very early, when I started studying dance more seriously, I was interested in choreography as well. And then I tried to make it as a choreographer, and that was much more challenging. And eventually I gave myself a deadline because I felt like my whole artistic process was turning into an application process. So there was like no creative component whatsoever.
The admin takes over and you don't get to do it.
So then I gave myself a deadline that passed, and I was like, I need to move on. And in the transition period, I started making dance videos. I actually traveled to Greece. A friend of mine invited me to go to Greece, and he's sort of an amateur or like a self-made historian. And I was introduced to all these archaeological sites in Greece. And I fell in love with that and the whole landscape in Greece. And so I was making, and he's also like a filmmaker, so he was filming me dancing on these sites, and it was all lovely. And when I was there, I kind of like being on these ancient sites was sort of like seeing that history. Felt like, because I felt like I had so much worry and anxiety about my own career coming to an end and my identity and all that.
Yeah.
And so then seeing these little plants grow through the marbles and these ancient sites that are like thousands of years old, like it felt in some ways really relieving to felt like, oh, I'm just a little component in this long timeline. And then also seeing that vitality of nature. And that just hit me. And then I started thinking about the remains, the ancient remains.
Oh.
And living in New York City, I was thinking about, well, what would be the contemporary remains? And I was thinking about the plastic chaos in the city. And I wanted to make something that would frame plastic waste.
Oh, interesting. So I was going to ask when you discovered plastic waste. So it was in Greece.
Yeah, that's when I started. I had, after one of my trips to Greece, I had this kind of almost like a vision. I wanted to see a fallen tower. So then I realized that I had to build a tower before I could actually make it fall.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that tower was to frame plastic waste. And it's called Tower Project.
Yes, I have. It's on my list to ask you about. But if we could stop for a moment.
Okay.
So when you were in these ancient ruins in Greece, was there plastic trash between those stones?
No, I did not. I mean, I think plastic waste is everywhere.
Yeah.
But I did not see plastic waste over there. But I was sort of juxtaposing, just thinking about the ancient remains and the marbles and because you can find lots of ceramic pieces on the ancient sites. There's lots of clay and little marble pieces because everything is eroding over time, and this is what is left, and it's all very beautiful. And sometimes you might find a clay piece that has a little bit of ancient you can see ancient painting.
Oh, how cool.
Or something like there's a lot of remnants of from ancient people, ancient Greeks on these sites.
And that made you start thinking about what we would leave behind.
That exactly.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about especially the plastic waste and how buildings are made out of plastic and everything is made out of plastic.
Yes.
And I
That's true.
Yeah. And I was just thinking okay, so that will not be a pretty sight. In hundreds of years, maybe even thousands of years, it will not be a pretty sight.
No. Well, they are saying that we're living in the age of Anthropocene. And I think I recently read somewhere, I can't remember who said it, but they were calling it the age of the Plasticine. Because it's just, the plastic and the other trash that we are leaving behind as opposed to beautiful artifacts.
Yeah, and then I also started thinking about how nature, because obviously nature can survive the ancient people. The nature is thriving. It's growing through the marbles. And I just thought that was something really beautiful.
Yeah.
It just gave me new hope and new direction. And then I was thinking how nature can survive us. And I mean, lots of diversity in biodiversity is not thriving. So there are so many animals and plants that are going off extinct, which will harm the humans and everything.
Yeah, everything. But nature will survive, absolutely.
Nature will survive.
It will adapt.
In some ways it will, but it will be something very different. Might be something very different, and it might become a hostile environment for human beings. Yeah. So that's what this was sort of the premise. Okay. And then I wanted to I made one dance video where plastic is also sort of the subject and a material in my work. So I was juxtaposing the Greek landscape with the because I was going to the Brighton beach. And so I was filming the plastic bags flying on the beach.
On the beach? Oh, such a lovely sight.
Yeah, so I was kind of juxtaposing me running in Greece and then with these plastic bags flying. And I started feeling like these plastic bags, they are almost like new organisms in a way. Because they just sort of, when you are walking on the street, like they kind of like walk with you.
Yes.
They fly.
It's true.
Fly with you, and they are tangling in the trees, kind of like leaves or like.
It's actually, there's actually something very beautiful about it, I think. To me, I think it's both. It's two things. It's ugly, and yet it's beautiful the way it moves and flutters in the wind.
Yeah, I mean, it's disturbing.
Yes.
It's very disturbing. So that's why I wanted to make plastic like a subject in my work.
So why did you want to put plastic in a tower?
So I was thinking like, because tower, well, I was thinking about the skyscrapers, and then I was thinking about the ancient towers, and so I was thinking about all these tower elements, and I think partially it also comes because I'm a feminist, so I was thinking about this phallic quality of tower, and all the phallicism like that we live in, kind of like, and the destruction that. And like how nature, in some ways, I'm thinking about the horizontal and sort of like this female character, maybe. I was also thinking like this was also something that I was kind of like on the back of my mind thinking, and kind of like criticizing the phallicism and the sort of the verticality of things, and sort of this pompous quality, egotistical quality.
Makes total sense. Total sense.
And so, and then when I was like telling people that I'm gonna build a tower, and people are like, oh, like Tower of Babel, and I was like, yeah, Tower of Babel. And then I had an opportunity to go to an artist residency. Being an NYU alumni, there's this artist residency called Catwalk Institute in Catskill, New York. Oh, cool. And so I had, with an architect friend, we sort of engineered this tower and how it would stand up. And here in my apartment, you can see remnants.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I'll take video of that later.
A portion of the tower.
You have it well hidden with your other artwork. Fabulous.
Yeah, so then I made this, at this residency, I made this first prototype of tower out of like wire mesh. And I was thinking about different ways of having the tower frame plastic ways.
So just for a second, so I saw the video of you on your website making the mesh. I love that from the very beginning of your veering into art as opposed to dance, you're taking videos of everything, every step of the way. That's amazing that you have all that footage. Footage. I can't speak.
Footage. Yeah. So because I think I was so focused on video at that time, so I felt like it was essential for me to videotape my process, because I think also being a dancer, something about movement, like partially I wanted to frame the plastic waste in motion. Like that was also the premise.
And that video is the only way to do that.
And then like putting it in an installation and outside as a public art piece, you can see the plastic moving. But then also like doing the video of me in motion, making the work. Like I kind of was sort of gravitating towards also sharing that movement of making things, and then that becomes like also like this movement of resistance or movement of advocacy. So like that's the whole idea of videotaping my work. But I think that part comes from my dance background.
Right. Well, and you said you were just working with your friend who was a
An architect.
The videographer friend,
Right,
filmmaker friend. So I could see how that just builds from there.
Yeah. So then I learned. I learned filmmaking. I mean, I've been taking photographs all my life, but I never just thought that I would be a photographer because I just feel like that field is so competitive, and I don't have the technical, all those detail abilities. So I was just but I think I have compositional skills.
Yeah.
So that's why I felt comfortable videotaping myself and having been in front of a camera.
Right. As a dancer.
It
felt natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to the tower. So how did you suspend the plastic in the tower? And what kind of plastic
first
was
I
it?
was like, okay, I'm gonna fill all the like the idea was like to make it sort of like an apartment building, like cubes of these wire mesh cubes, and I was thinking like, okay, I'm just gonna fill it with lots of plastic. But then I was like, well, maybe it will actually be more effective if it's just a single screen of plastic. So then at this residency, Catwalk Institute, I built the tower. I was able to erect it, and it was outside, and then I saw how the sun was hitting the plastic screens, and it started really speaking to me in a different way, and I realized that, hey, this tower has potential for also being maybe a video installation. And then I was thinking about the Tower of Babel, and I was thinking about multilingualism, and instead of thinking like multilingualism is a punishment, I was thinking we need to have a union of languages that are sort of focusing on this environmental crisis.
Yeah.
Like we need sort of to find union across cultures and languages.
I love that.
To think about how we can solve the climate crisis.
It's interesting. I watched one of your videos, and you have the video projections on the piece of plastic and people talking. And when I first watched it, listening to two people talk at the same time, I was like, I turned it off. I was like, that is so disorienting. Like it was too much. But then I gave it another chance, and I turned it back on, and I was like, then you hear like the melody of the language. Like it wasn't languages that I could understand. I don't know what it would have been like if it was a language I could understand. But to me, like calming down, well, not that I was agitated, but just, making myself sit and watch and listen to all the different languages speaking over one another, it became very musical. Like it was something really beautifully musical about it.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, some then like the final project, I wanted to highlight certain voices. So sometimes it was solo voices, but then also like I felt like the cacophony of voices, and maybe they are not audible or understandable, but I thought that would also be effective because everybody is talking about their experience with climate change. So that's what Tower is about, discussing personal experience with climate change. And I also wanted it to be multilingual because I wanted the Tower to connect with as many people as possible.
Yeah.
So like you might not, maybe sometimes you don't hear your language, but then someone else might recognize Arabic or some Indian language or Chinese language.
Yeah, no. I mean, we're living in a very multilingual society here in New York anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere in the world, but especially in New York.
Yeah, so most of those, so then when I had done this first prototype, I started the quest for doing these interviews, and I first practice with friends in the city, and then I had a one gallery event where I invited people to join, and I was just mesmerized how many people came.
Oh wow!
And I mean, and each interview takes about 20 minutes, so I was like the whole day.
Oh wow!
Just went like from.
You must have been exhausted.
Yeah, it was kind of exhausting, but also like exhilarating.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was just so mesmerized how many people wanted to share their voice. Like it just felt like people want activities.
Yes.
People want something to do to help the environment. And
so did you have like a set of questions for them that you shared with them and then they answered in their own language, or how did it work?
So the way it worked is that we discussed, first we discussed English. We didn't always have a common language with my interviewees. And I also did these interviews in Finland. So some interviewees, they felt more comfortable speaking in Finnish. But mostly we spoke in English. And then I asked them to share, like I was taking notes of the talking points, and I asked them to share some of the same things in their native language for the recording. So I was not part of the recording.
Okay.
Yeah. And most of my interviews were in person. So I have been in residencies in Finland and also like gone to language schools. There was a big refugee crisis like around 2015 in Europe, and there were many people from around the world in Finland that I could interview. And I was in residencies in Finland. I approached a language school where I interviewed many people. And then I was also in England. I was in a residency where I interviewed people.
Oh, wow.
And then here I have right now I haven't had like an open call for in-person interviews, but then the first time I had an exhibition was 2021. And actually the first exhibition would have been 2020, but because of the pandemic,
gee, I wonder why.
I needed to make a video version of and that's when actually the process video became very helpful.
Yeah.
And I decided to edit the process video and then include those interviews, kind of like overlap them.
Yeah, that was
superimpose the process with
right. How many interviews do you have now?
For the original tower, I maybe around 80 or
wow,
and 35 different languages.
Wow.
And then now for the podcast, I have like more than 15.
Wow.
Yeah. So
the podcast is the continuation of the physical tower project then? Yeah. So the first tower project is started during the first Trump administration. Oh, and where was it exhibited?
It was exhibited, first time 2020 as part of the Immigrant Artist Biennial.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on your CV, and I didn't know what that was.
Artist Katja Krokowski, if I pronounce her last name, she organized it, and there was I think there was some physical exhibition, but then a biggest part of that exhibition was online, virtually, and they built a nice website for that exhibition. And then they've had, and I think they had before that, they had an exhibition, and then since as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to dive into that and take a look, and definitely add the link to the show notes.
Yeah, that's and then I was accepted for Jamaica Flux, organized by Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning.
In Queens.
In Queens. And it was a public art exhibition right next to the King Manor Museum, like in Rufus King Park.
Oh, I'm not familiar with it.
In Jamaica, Queens.
Oh, cool.
And that's when I first time like went through the New York City Parks application process, also New York City Forestry, and then it was also exhibited at in East Village and as part of Performance Mix Festival.
Oh, wow.
And it was sort of like when people were entering, it was at the, if you know, the PS 122.
Yeah.
Like now it's called Performance Space. So there's like a little courtyard, and that was a beautiful spot. So when people were entering to the Performance Mix, they saw the tower
and
like,
heard the tower.
Yeah, they heard the tower, and then also like sort of in between, like when there was a like in the end as people were also leaving.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask a technical question. How do you do video projection on plastic?
It's no problem.
No? Well, clearly you have to know some video and electronic skills.
Yeah. I mean, one interesting thing when I first made the proposal, like, because I was thinking I can rent 3 projectors, and that was not expensive, but then all of a sudden the projection rental prices skyrocketed. Like you could like basically buy a projector for the same price as you were renting.
Oh, wow.
So this was like weird thing that happened during the pandemic. And
I guess everybody was using them or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. So that kind of like was a little bit of a challenge. But then people were able to borrow projectors, and I have my own, so I was able to use that.
So is it a tiny little projector that gets mounted to the tower itself?
It's an outside,
Oh,
so it's like
outside the
so
tower.
have like it's like 3 projectors like around the tower, and then they are in different heights, and each projector projects on 3 screens. So the tower is 9 cubes.
Oh my! I didn't know that there were projectors that could project on 3 screens at once.
Well, that's how I have to edit. Like so, it's like
Oh, the
screen 1,
film
2,
is edited
yeah.
that way. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that then it, yeah.
Wow.
And
That's a whole different skill level.
Yeah, and then there's also like the speaker for each projector separately.
Wow.
Yeah.
And these can stay outside because I saw footage of these towers outdoors.
Well, I mean, like ideal, like if I wanted to really exhibit the full tower.
Yes, tell us the whole vision.
Like then the projectors, they would stay outside, but obviously they would need to be in like a weatherproofed box. And same thing with the speakers, and the projectors, they don't work during daylight.
Oh, so it has to be nighttime.
Yeah. So in these exhibitions, I had like projection nights.
Okay.
Or like Performance Mix, it happened over a weekend, and so it was the evening when people were arriving, and so it was dark enough.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So like the sunlight is so bright, like no projector can be luminous enough to fight the sunlight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so that's the thing.
Okay.
So but then in an ideal world, like in the evening, the projectors would turn on, and then there would be these people speaking X amount of hours.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there's this undulating plastic.
Right.
So so that's how it happens.
That's amazing. Wow. And so this project is ongoing now as a podcast. And then I'm assuming that you're also hoping to exhibit the tower itself in some place, in a place here or there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I have to ask, did you apply to the Socrates Garden? I'm breaking out on the name of them. The Socrates Park?
I have
Instantly?
in the past, but
Okay.
yeah.
I think the Tower Project sounds like it's perfect for that space. I don't know if you've been there. It's in Queens, right across the river.
Yeah, I have applied, but I didn't apply this last time.
I did, and I didn't get in, but
Yeah, I think it's very competitive.
it is very competitive, but
Yeah.
I think that sounds like the right kind of project for that space. Fingers crossed, right?
Yeah, I did not apply. Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
I would also love because then you could get the whole like learn about different technical like welding and all that. Like they would give. I mean, for this project I learned welding.
Yeah,
so,
that's exciting.
Yeah, and that was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned to use power tools and
It's fun. Power tools are fun.
yeah.
Okay, so how did your knitted plastic pieces come about?
So I was, I mean, my whole idea was that the tower will fall, and then it will be covered in moss, and that moss is plastic.
Okay.
So, like in some ways, I've been thinking about these tapestries as like the moss that will cover eventually the tower. It will rain from the sky.
Okay. I can't wait to see that.
Like it's sort of like the I guess there's this like kind of like this doom scrolling in a way, like doomsday kind of thinking, like they'll just be plastic.
Everything will be out of plastic.
Everything will be out of plastic. The plastic will rain from the sky. It probably already does.
Yeah, well, yes, I think it was just recently that they said there is microplastics found in clouds.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So, but this, I actually don't know what to call them. Are they weavings? Or like, is there a specific process? I'm looking at the one that you have on the wall. Like, or is it's knotting?
It's knotting. I had a workshop where I invited people to participate in my process, and I called it weaving. And then there was a weaver who came, and she seemed very angry.
That is not weaving.
This is not weaving. Yeah. And I mean, in some ways it is weaving as well, but then I was like, okay, I need to call it something else because I don't want to.
So what do you call it?
I call it knotting process. Okay. Because it is a knotting process.
What's the base for it?
It has this plastic grid.
Like deer fencing or something like that?
It's like a rug that goes on the rugs. It's like the non-slip rug.
Oh, the non-slip rug.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Because it's lightweight too, right?
Yeah, I had a rug like that when I was growing up. It was like next to my bed. And then during the pandemic, I spent more time in Finland, and there's a lots of handcrafts making in my family, and I became more intrigued by the handcrafts and inspired to try some handcrafts, because growing up in Finland in the 80s, it was like all those skills were sort of looked down upon because it was easier to buy things.
Yeah.
But now I was thinking like, oh, it would be really nice to like actually make some handcrafts.
Yeah.
And so then I was in a residency at Catwalk Institute, and that's where I first started processing in 2022 these rugs, tapestries I call them, even though they are more three-dimensional, so I don't know if tapestries is a correct word either.
I think in some ways these words are so interchangeable, because the art I make looks like an art quilt, except it's not art. It's not a quilt because it's out of plastic, but the techniques are the same. And I can't tell you how many people call it a tapestry. Like, that's not a tapestry. That's a completely different process. So I don't know. I feel like these names of crafts are getting so interchangeable these days. Or maybe it's just lack of knowledge. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's a very tedious process. It's like
Very slow process.
Extremely slow.
Yeah.
And then when I was making it, I was like, oh, this is like, I just started feeling lots of calm. Like in some ways, I also like working with colors, and I found it very calming. And I was thinking like, wow, I have all these eco anxieties, but this is like, it gives me agency.
Yeah.
Like some little agency in making something. And I felt like, oh, this is my anxiety project.
That's how the name came about.
And then I was thinking like, yeah, that's a great name. This is an anxiety project.
I love that.
And then I have anxiety tower, anxiety flag, then individual tapestries may be called anxiety number 1, anxiety number 2, long anxiety when they are long and skinny, medium anxiety when they are shorter, or short anxiety.
And you've done dance videos with them too.
I did not do a dance video, but I was invited to perform, and then I felt like I lack the dance skill that I had years ago, so I felt like I need to approach from a more visual perspective. So and people had been saying like, oh, these look like fur, like these could be like great fashion items, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try wearing them, and so then I decided to wear them for a performance, which was called anxiety swimming exercises.
Okay.
So in the performance, I imagined like a big, great flood in New York, and I invited people in the audience to swim and
I love that.
practice swimming and ducking from the burning.
Oh, jeez.
burning like the big fires.
Wow.
And so that was, yeah. So there's this one picture where I'm like shouting, like,
yeah, I saw that picture.
Swim! Yeah.
And you've also done these anxiety nodding projects with people in workshops. How did that come about?
Well, I work as a teaching artist in New York City's public schools, so and then with the tower, that was very socially engaged, and I really loved that process of inviting people to participate, and these very diverse communities to participate. So all that kind of was sort of the premise, and I was like, this has to be socially engaged.
Okay.
And so I was invited to join Shared Dialogue, Shared Space, and I did mini workshops at New York City Summit Streets.
Oh, cool.
In 2024, and that was in Harlem and the Bronx.
So did people make little pieces to add to one big piece, or were these little pieces that they got to keep?
I mean, occasionally, like I've done some workshops, like at King Manor Museum, like they suggested people can take something home. So, but mostly I've had like, oh, here's a communal rug, like come participate, and I just spread this big piece,
and everybody just nods.
Yeah, and I first time I actually tried that when I was through New York City Arts and Education Roundtable. I was invited to this artist salon at the Recess in Brooklyn, gallery, and I just did one spread, and I loved how it started this communal conversation, and people were just nodding together
and talking.
And then I taught one person, and then they continued, like then they taught the others, and I just loved how it kind of like, I didn't even have to, like, I was just watching and taking photos.
Oh, that's so great.
And it was really fun watching how people kind of took over the whole project, and then the conversation that endured, and then they were trying to figure out how to do it, and then I would finish the tapestries later. So I like the colors that people use, like kind of use them as like color markers. Then how I like designed or made the tapestry, finished the
So,
tapestry.
wait, so take a step back. So when you do this, do you bring the plastics with you, or do you ask the people to bring the plastic?
I always bring plastic, but for each venue, I ask them to also donate I call it donate. So I ask everybody to recycle because I want that to be part of the process.
Yes.
And I encourage the participants to bring their plastic, and people often do. And any leftovers, I take them home.
Right. And then do you have them all cut the pieces? Because I'm assuming there's a specific size strip that you need.
Yeah, so I do lots of the cutting pre-venue event. Yeah.
And so then there's enough plastic for everyone to tie then. Yeah. And then you can always cut more.
Yeah, you can always cut more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. So then you let people do whatever, however, not them color-wise, however they want.
Yeah.
And then you look at it and add color how your eye sees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
But I use a lot of clear plastic because there's more clear plastic than it's hard to I don't have a storage where I could okay, here I have all the blues and greens and yellows and reds. It's kind of hard to plan ahead with what colors. But I always plan that there's sort of this river of clear plastic.
Clear or white plastic. Yeah. Well, actually, it takes on a look of a white plastic when there's so much clear plastic together.
So there is a tint of white in the clear plastic. Yeah.
No, it's fascinating. It's like you're riffing on whatever the participants did to finish the work. I think there's something beautiful about that.
Yeah. Some of those pieces are actually connected because they are still from the public art exhibition that I had at South Street Seaport.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That was Tower as well. That was a tower in that.
Yeah, it was called Anxiety Tower.
Oh, okay.
So I repurposed my tower project. And then I made it shorter. The original tower was almost 14 feet.
Oh, wow.
And so it had to be less than 10 feet for South Street Seaport. So it was around 8 feet. And then I just had lots of tapestries hanging on it. And most of them were very tightly connected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. How long was that up?
That was, I think, about 2 weeks. It was part of with the Waterfront Alliance and the Seaport Museum, and it was during the New York City Climate Week.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. So have you had these pieces outside for longer than 2 weeks, though?
Yeah, I had last summer. I had it was called Anxiety Flag. That was in Wood Hill Park, and it was from April till July.
And how did it hold up?
After I did notice some plastics, they deteriorated. So when I'm working on proposals, I want to actually that's a good study piece.
Yeah.
To know which plastics hold off, especially the sunlight.
Yeah.
Is challenging. So I want to studying what plastics hold on longer.
Yeah. No, it's something that I've gotten into too with some of my soft plastic installations. 2 months I find, maybe 3 months is kind of the limit. After that, it starts to break down. Some of the thicker plastics are usually fine. They might fade a little bit, but they're fine. But the really soft plastics really start to break down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
I mean, some of it is so tightly knotted that the sunlight cannot hit the sort of the stem.
Yeah.
So they hold on still, but the end pieces, they...
I did an installation that was all plastic flowers, and that was outside for 2 months. But it was interesting because I used some colorful plastic bags, and the outside edges faded from the sunlight, but inside was deep, rich color, and they actually wound up with this beautiful ombre effect. They looked lovely after they got sun bleached.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's an interesting thing for me because I've been doing more and more of outdoor installations, and every time I do one, I learn something else about how long something can be out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We want to be careful, like we don't want to...
I don't want to contribute to the problem.
Yeah. All the microplastic, nanoplastic,
Yeah. Just to finish up, I wanted to ask, what do you have on your schedule? What's ahead? What are you working on now that's going to evolve into something else in the future?
Well, I have one exhibition right now happening in Irvington Public Library.
Oh, yes, I saw that. I want to get to see it. How long is it up?
Till the end of the month.
Okay.
Probably the 30th or something like
that.
The
30th.
And then I recently started making these, it's called, I think it's a fruit project.
A fruit project. Okay, do tell.
So I'm like all these mesh bags.
Yes, I'm seeing the mesh bags. Yes, and you have a lovely arrangement on the shelf there.
And I've kind of like also been thinking about like this Japanese kintsugi technique. I don't know if you know what that is. Like ceramic, when they like pieces,
when
they
it's
fall,
broken, yes,
and then they use this golden kind of like a glue material. I mean, it's not glue, but I don't know the technique exactly. But then it's almost like the ceramic piece. It got this golden vein, new vein, and in
they're
some
beautiful.
way, and exactly, and almost like they become more beautiful because now they have almost like this soulfulness to them.
Yes, they have a character. Yeah,
they have character. So I've thought about these mesh bags, like we kind of rip them open, to get to the fruit, whatever, like the tangerines and mandarins and apples and oranges and avocados and I'm like,
you've been mending them.
I've been mending them.
Oh, I love that. I'm all about mending. Yes.
So then I was thinking like, so I have avocado, I have an orange. I have, so I'm thinking maybe it's like the fruit project. It doesn't have like anything functional.
Are you stuffing it with clear plastic? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I've just like, for now, I stuff them with clear plastic.
It's just that it's still experimental stage.
It's an experimental stage, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And then I'm working on some proposals for public artworks. So that's what I'm working on. But
well, the proposal stuff is a lot of work, I know.
Yeah. So
it's a whole other skill set.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
And I'm hoping that we could collaborate on something.
I hope so too. I've been mending too. I've been mending plastic bottles.
Yeah, that's right. I think I remember seeing you.
Yeah. That's still a work in progress.
Yeah,
maybe. I'd love that. Oh, it's fascinating. Well, thank you so much, Sari.
Absolutely.
Sari. I can say your name correctly. Or close to correctly. I have to ask one more question. Can you tell us about the SCOBY project here?
So I did last spring, early summer, I did a workshop or residency at the School of Visual Arts, bioart residency, and I learned the SCOBY process. And this is actually what I made there. And I made this, like it was supposed to be sort of, I mean, the SCOBY process is very challenging. And I had an idea for a hat that I wanted to make with SCOBY.
Okay, so 1 second. SCOBY is something that starts a fermentation process, and that you can like make yogurt or other ferment and kombucha and whatever.
Kombucha, yeah.
Okay, so it's the base of what kombucha starts with.
Yeah.
But it can also be used for art?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
So that paper-like object, that's all dried SCOBY.
Yeah.
So you can like roll it out or something?
Yeah, and originally I wanted to make like a big SCOBY and then cut it, but the process, like there are just so many unexpected things that happen. So, but then I was able to like scavenge like small pieces of SCOBY, and I, like you can see a little bit of outline.
Oh, okay.
So
I see.
I pasted them together and I tried, and that's how they dried. And I originally I wanted one of my tapestries. I have this like kind of like a poncho. So like of a tapestry. I wanted that to have a hat.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like stick out of the. But it didn't work, the SCOBY. I didn't have enough SCOBY. And so then it just kind of turned into like a collar. And I, yeah.
So you're going to get back to working with SCOBY again?
I would like to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a whole new language.
But it's also challenging, like now when it's dried up, like
it's falling apart a
it's
little.
very fragile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because when you first started talking about it and started saying that there was a piece layered on top of it and that's how it dried, like that made me think of pattern making, like for clothing. So that could be interesting that you can cut pattern pieces and then sort of have them meld together. But then if it dries and is so delicate, then it will not be wearable.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like when it's wearable, it has to be sort of in the drying state.
Oh, so before it's completely dry.
Yeah, because it was sort of flexible at certain point. But now it's complete. Like it's if I pressed it, like it would just
crumble.
Wow. Yeah. So it has, like I have learned, it's kind of like lifespan a little bit like, yeah, like this piece has sort of, taught me about how the SCOBY kind of.
Yeah. That's fascinating.
It's, and I did also, because then I had a exhibition there. Because I saw that they had printed on SCOBY.
Oh.
So I decided to print some of my landscape photos on SCOBY, and those actually came kind of nice. But I'm seeing like there are some like weird colorations like now when the SCOBY is drying.
Oh, interesting.
And again, it's like very fragile. Those pieces are a little thicker. Like this is very thin.
So many experiments, so little time.
Yeah, exactly. So many experiments, so little time.
Wow. Well, that's fascinating. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been delightful chatting with you.
As well. Thank you so much.
This podcast was created, produced, and edited by me, Natalia Korover. Theme music by R.C. Gaida. To find out more about me, go to artbynatalia.com. To find out about my community, go to repurposercollective.com. And to learn with me, check out all my offerings at ecoloop.art. Thank you for listening.